Tashidele, welcome back everybody to our sixth segment today of our alphabet class. I hope that you've been enjoying your learning up until now. Today, Genla and I are going to introduce you to the subscribed letters. In Tibetan, we call them Dok Chen. In a minute, you can spell them out together with Genla. These subscribed letters are going to be the letters that are going to be attached to the root letter underneath. So yesterday we saw the Gochen, which are the letters that come on top, right, of the main root letter. That were the head letters, as they are called in Tibetan, Go, as in head. And then today, Dok means that they're coming underneath and they're going to be attached. There you go. Again, I'm showing you back the Gochen that we studied yesterday. So, you can see he's pointing at the, yeah, exactly, the head letters. So we are going to divide the subscribed letters. There are 4 of them. We're going to divide our instruction today into 2 different videos, so they're a little bit more accessible for you to watch and find the information. So if you see, Genla is showing you the 4 subscribed letters that we are going to study. So if you recognize, the first one is a Ya, the second one is a La, the third one is a Ra, and the fourth one is a Wa. Now, Genla is showing you the shapes of the letters that you have already learned within the context of the 30 consonants. However, now you can see next to the equal sign, there's going to be this new symbol that you haven't encountered yet. And that's to show you that the Dokchen, the subscribed letters, are going to, with an exception of La, they're going to be written differently because now they come underneath the main root letter. Therefore, they're not going to be able to be written exactly in the same way that they look in their original shape. So the Yata is going to look like that. So why am I saying Yata? That is the name in Tibetan, Ya and Tak. What is this Tak? Do you remember? We've been learning how to spell aloud our different head letters. And we've been using this word tak, which means attached. Remember, it's a verb in Tibetan. So again, I'm showing you the pronunciation in English to make it easier. So all of these 4 letters are called the name of the letter together with tak. So yatak is the first one, latak is the second one, ratak, the third one, and the fourth one has a different name. So that one we'll see later. Okay. All right. So what is important to remember is that they're going to look a little bit differently with the exception of La. La will be written in its full format as you know it from before. So we're going to have to identify the fact that they look different. And you will see now that the change in the pronunciation will be quite dramatic now. You will probably hear sounds that you haven't heard before and that might not be even existing in the English language. So we'll take it slowly. And remember to take notes, to write down anything that seems a little bit odd or hard to comprehend or that was said too quickly, so that in our review classes, we can make sure to actually give you all the information that you need in order to acquire these well. So without any further ado, I'm going to give you Genla, who will be guiding you through these 2 first subscribed letters in this video.
Okay. Thank you, Tastele. Okay, so let's practice spell out. First we do the Ya, and then shape looks like this one, as Cynthia mentioned. And then what we need to know for spell out, when we spell out, we need this Ta is attached, same as our superscript letters we already did, right? So here first we this is the root letter, and then we have a Ya, which we call Yata, and together actually it's Ya, but together we call Yata. Okay, so and this is the final sound of the syllables. So we reach Ka, Ya, Ta, Ya. Okay, becomes Ya. Ka, ya, ta, ya. Okay, you see here. Ka, ya, ta, ya. And then here is ka from second column. Ka, ya, ta, cha. Ka, ya, ta, cha. And then we see here third column from the alphabet. Ka, ya, ta, cha. Okay, cha. Okay, these two we need to aspirate it, right? This one is more like not need aspirate. We need to go in a very high tone, and then we need effort. It's actually the rule is exact same as our alphabet. We need a strong effort, large effort, and then medium, and then very low. Okay. Also, these two, this cha is also very soft. It's not like our head letter and prefix. When we use prefix and head letter, it makes more stronger, loose aspiration. But here is more soft, very similar to the alphabet. Okay, but sound is a little different. Okay, this is becomes cha, cha, and then cha, cha, and then cha, cha. Okay, these three. Okay, let me do again these three, and the next part is a little easy for you. Okay, again, ka, ya, ta, cha. Ka, ya, ta, cha. Ka, ya, ta, cha. Okay, and then we don't spell out cha, cha, cha. Okay, so let's move to here, and then we have root letter pa, and then we have yata, and then final sound. Here I just put the final sound is exact same as this. So you are familiar for this from the alphabet, right? You know this one is cha, high tone, cha from the second column, and then cha from the third column of the alphabet, and then we also know this nya from the fourth column. The final sound is exact this. Okay, so let's do the spell out. Pa, ya, ta, cha. 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 Ma, ya, ta, nya. Ma, ya, ta, nya. Okay, so without spell out cha, 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 nya. The sound is exact same as below one. So we already know this. The reason why we have a different here is you see here pa, ya, ta, cha, and then here is just cha. These two has a different meaning. And the different shape, but different meaning. Suppose here, this one is cha, is bird, right, Cynthia? And then
That's exactly right. Yes, it's bird.
also, and then here cha, this means tea. We already know, right? We read. So cha means tea. And then here we see nya. Here actually there's no meaning. We need other things in order to give a meaning. But this one we have a meaning. Nya means fish. Okay. Okay, let's do the full sound without spell out. Ja, ja, cha, 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 cha. cha, 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 nya. Okay, so you see, cha goes like high tone. Cha, cha. I give you a gesture like high tone, just up. Cha, and then cha, and then low tone cha. Okay, same here. Cha, cha, and then cha, cha. Then goes down cha, cha, and then nya, nya. Okay.
One trick,
And-
Gela, may I say something just very briefly?
Yes, please.
Between the three first ones, the kyas, right? Kya, kya, and kya. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get familiar with the difference between them. And as Genla is explaining so nicely, the difference relies in the aspiration and in the tone. So remember, if you feel comfortable to place your hand in front of your mouth, or maybe a sheet of paper, right, that you can place, a paper that is movable, and then you can feel the air coming out. You can really train in that way. That way you can get a sense of how they're pronounced.
And then we have here. Let me do a little bit big.
Oh, yes, that's perfect.
Okay. And then we read, let's do some practice. You see here, root letter ka, and then we have yada here, today's lesson. And then we have vowel shabju, right? And also here, second, we see the superscript letter sa, and then ka, and then the yada, yeah, actually, right? And then we have shabju, okay? And then we see here the prefix tha, and then root letter ka, and then also yada, and then shabju, okay? So here in the yellow highlighted one, the sound is exact same. There's no different. And then, but there are different purpose, different meaning each of these. The final sound is same, but the spell out is different. So let's redo the spell out, okay? So ka, ya, ta, ya, shabju, ju, okay? Ka, ya, ta. So remember this ta is very important, okay? Ka, ya, ta, ya becomes ya, right? And then shabju becomes u. So ju, ju, okay? And then here see head letter sa, sa, ka, ta, ka, ya, ta, ya, shabju, ju. Okay, ju. The same sound. And then we have prefix tha. Remember when we have prefix, we have only 5 prefix. Ka, cha, tha, pa. Oh, sorry. Ka, tha, pa, ma, a. Okay, these 5 prefix. When we spell out, we always read together o, o. Okay, so this is since this is prefix ta, we read tao, ka, ya, ta, ya, shabju, ju. Okay, tao, ka, ya, ta, ya, shabju, ju. Okay, so let's do this without spell out. Ju, ju, ju. Okay, no different. Because we know that from the first column, the male letter like ka, cha, ta, pa, za, this male letter, and from the beginning is high tone, and we need a large effort to produce the sound. So we nothing different. Whether they have head letters, whether they have prefix, nothing change. Okay. So let's do here. We have head letter sa, and then we have root letter ka, and then we have yata. Okay. So here remember, because the previous lesson we did sa, and then attach ka, and then we need ta, and then also for the root letter ka, also this ya is attached. So we need to use ta 2 times. Okay. Sa ka ta ka ya ta ya. Okay. First we make sure how become sa and ka become. And then sa ka ta ka becomes ka, and then because of shabju ka ya ta ya. The sound to bring together and then read the yata together. Sa ka ta ka yata ya pa sa yap. Okay, we have to read all at once because we don't see any dot. The check famous. So up to here we read. Okay, let's do one more. Sa ka ta ka ya ta ya pa sa yap. Okay, it becomes yap.
And Genla, because we haven't seen the stacked letters that possess the head letter and the yata or the subscript yet, then just a quick reminder, or at least something that is very logical, is that what do we notice here is that the sa and the ka, sa kata, we are still having the ka from the first column, again I was showing you with the 3 previous words. So sa kata ka, you remember from yesterday's lesson, doesn't change because it's exactly the same explanation that Genla just gave a few minutes ago. Ka is the first column of the alphabet, is the middle letters, therefore that sound never changes. So sa kata ka remains ka, is the same sound as we learned yesterday. All that remains the same. Now all we're doing is adding a yata underneath, and that is going to transform the sound as we're learning it here. Ka and ya become kya. So then the sa here as a head letter is not going to change anything. It's just there for spelling purposes, just to make that very, very clear. Sorry, Genla.
Thank you. Okay, so let's do this one. And then here, these two are also exact same sound, the final sound of the spelling. So here we have pa as a root letter, ya, pa, ya, ta, cha, ki, gu, ji. Okay, pa, ya, ta, cha, ki, gu, ji. So it becomes ji. Okay. And then this one, ja, kiku, ji, 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 ji. Nothing different, okay? That's for the sound. Spelling is different. Okay, and then let's move to here. We have see here, this is pa from the second column of the alphabet. And then we have yata, we have shabju, and then we have suffix ka. So we have to read whole together, starting from here, from the root letter for here. Pa, ya, ta, cha, shabju, chu, ka, chu. Okay. Pa, ya, ta, cha, shabju, chu, ka, chu. Okay. So it becomes chu. So we have to bring the sound always from the root letter. This is very important. Sometimes I used to hear some student pa, ya, ta, and then lost the root letter and then becomes ya, bring the ya sound, and then you becomes yuk. So not like this. Always bring the sound from the root letter. Okay, so this is chu, and then here cha, 샵주, chu, ka, chu, chu, same sound. Okay, same sound, different meaning. Okay, and then here we have pa and yata and kiku. Pa, yata, cha, kiku, chi. Pa, yata, cha, kiku, chi. Becomes chi. And then we have here cha from the second column of the alphabet. Cha, kiku, chi. Cha, kiku, chi. Chi. Okay. And then we have pa from the third column of the alphabet, and then yata and 샵주, and then suffix nga. Okay. Pa, yata, cha, 샵주, chu, nga, chung. Okay. Pa, yata, cha, 샵주, chu, nga, chung. Okay. So this without suffix nga becomes chu, and then bring nga, chung. Okay. And then here is cha and 샵주 and nga. Cha, 샵주, chu, nga, chung. Okay, chung. So same sound, chung, chung. Okay. So here we have ma and yata and naro and suffix nga. Okay. We read from here. Ma, yata, nya, naro, nyo, nga, nyong. Okay. Ma, yata, nya, naro, nyo, nga, nyong. This becomes nyong. So once we spell out, and then at the end the sound comes automatically. Okay. And then we have nya and naro and nga. Nya, naro, nyo, nga, nyong. Nyong. Okay. And then let me read one more, all of these. Okay. So without spell out. Kya, 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 cha, 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 nya, nya. Okay. I don't need to read this one. Okay, same as above. And then this one, you, 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 exact same. Okay. And then this one, yap, yap, yap. Okay. Chi, 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 same. Chuk, 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 same. Chi, 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 same. Chung, 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 same. Nyong, 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 nyong. Okay. Chikpare, same. Yeah. Yeah, chikpare means is same. Okay, chikpare. Okay, and then we have yeah, it's yata is this much.
So we move on now to the lata. So I don't think there's a lot for me to explain. I think Genla made it very, very clear. Just that the kias are aspirated or not, depending on the column. And then the payatas become chas, just like the second column, second column of the alphabet. And the second row, I'm sorry, yes, the second row of the alphabet. That's it. That's pretty much all you really need to know. So just watch out, because there might be the tendency to want to say, with the payata over here, tendency to want to say payata bia, but that's not the case. It's not like the ya sound effects in that way, all right? So just keep in mind. And I always encourage you to make little flashcards or some kind of notes that are helpful for you to memorize. And I always encourage to write on one side payata cha, and then on the other side the cha, so that you know exactly what is the corresponding sound and you can really drill it that way. So that's all. So now let's move on to the next. Oh, I'm sorry, Genla, go ahead.
Yeah, we have only 7 yatas, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in Tibetan, I would say language, they have only 7 letters. If you see something out of the 7 with ya, and then it can be Sanskrit, okay?
Exactly. Yeah, that's quite important actually, because you will see it, but it just won't be Tibetan. So now the next set of subscribed letters are with the lata, the la that is attached. And as you can see, there we go, it's coming up. Okay. The la can be attached.
Cynthia?
Sorry?
True part. No? This one.
Oh, I thought we would do this in the first part and then the two other ones in the second. Is that okay? I thought so. Oh, so the last subscribed letters can be added to only 6 of the following letters that you will see in just a minute. And the shape remains the same of the la that you already know, fully written as in the alphabet as we learned it. And there's just there are 2 sound modifications that happen. Let's see if you can catch them. First, I'm going to let Genla say with his pronunciation, and then I'll make a little summary and come back to that so that you can first discover what that change is going to be like.
Okay. So this is very, how to say, straightforward, easy. So what we need is also ta, okay? Here we didn't. So ka and la, because la is attached from the below of the root letter. So we need also ta here. Okay. Yeah, let me make a little bit bigger. Okay. And then we have ka and lata, ka, lata, la. Okay. Ka, lata, la. And then we have ka and la, ka, lata, la. And then we have pa and la, pa, lata, la. And then we have ra and la, ra, lata, la. And then we have sa and la, sa, lata, la. So all you see in the same color, that means the same sound. Just you can read la, 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 la. Also we have the different meaning, even though the sound is exact same, we have different meaning. And this one is different. Sa, this one is sa, and the lata, sa, lata, da. Okay, this one is different. We have to read as da here. So this one look like this. So it's da. Yep. Cynthia, you want to say something?
So thank you, Genla. Yeah, so all I want to say is, if you were able to really catch the pronunciation that Genla is giving us here, what happens is that all of the latas, except for the da, which is clearly different, are a high tone la, actually. Kalaptala, kalaptala, palaptala, ralaptala, salaptala. So they're not the la sound original that we had in the original alphabet, which is a kind of a little bit lower tone. Here the tone goes a little bit upper. That's all that is there for you to pay attention to. And then the salata becomes da. And da you will hear in certain words that are very typical, or at least that are used in daily conversation a lot, like maybe you've heard the name dawa, people that are called dawa, which also means moon and month, for instance, right? So that's pretty much all of the change modification, change in the sound, or modification in the sound that is there. So now let's practice a little bit with the last subscribed letters to get a better feeling of the change transformations.
Okay. Let's make a little bit bigger.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, one more. Since I did quickly before, and then we do something slowly, the spell out. So this, as Cynthia mentioned, it looks like here in English is la, right? It's not la, it's la, high tone. So ka, lata, la, ka, lata, la. Okay, ka, lata, la, ka, lata, la. And then we have pa and la, pa, lata, la, pa, lata, la. And then we have ra and la, ra, lata, la, ra, lata, la. And then we have sa and la, sa, lata, la, sa, lata, la. Okay, so la, 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 all the same sound, but we have different meaning. It's depend on the when we're speaking. It's depend on the context. So this la is we have dear, and this la is the something like great, precious. We also when we write name of the lamas, like Tibetan lamas, we use this spelling. And then this one is kind of legs, and this one is la is easy. Okay, so we have different meaning, and that's why we have different spellings, even though sound is similar. So this one is sa, and then lata, sa, lata, da. Okay, this one is da. Okay, so let's practice these examples. So you see here, this is ka, and then la, lata, we can also say lata, and then naro, and the suffix ka. So ka, lata, la, naro, lo, ka, lo. Okay, ka, lata, la, naro, lo, ka, lo. Okay, the sound becomes lo. Okay, it's not loka, it's just lo. Lo means something read outly, like I'm reading. So this means lo means read aloudly. So here we see root letter pa, and then lata, pa, lata, la, and then ma, lama, lama, because there are two syllables because of this check. Okay, lama. And then we have ra, and the lata, shapchu, and nga. And then we have here, this one is ra. You see only half of the ra, superscript letter. And then this one is ta. So spell out ra, lata, la, shapchu, lu, nga, lung. Ra, lata, la, shapchu, lung, nga, lung. Okay, lung. And then we have rango, ra, ta, ta, ta. Ra, ta, ta, ta. Becomes lung, ta, lung, ta. Okay. And then this is like prayer flags. We call lungda in Tibetan. And then we have sa and lata, naro, and pa suffix. Okay. Sa, lata, la.
The wind horse
Yeah.
particularly.
Yes. Okay. So literally lung means wind, and then ta is horse, and then wind horse. Thank you, Cynthia. And then it becomes prayer flag. And then we have sa and lata, naro, and suffix pa. So sa, lata, la, naro, lo, pa, lop. Lop. And then we have ma, becomes loma. Loma. Okay. Loma means a disciple, like student. Okay. And then we have here ka and lata and syapju. Okay. Ka, lata, la, syapju, lu. Okay. Ka, lata, la, syapju, lu. Okay. Lu. And then lu means some in Naga, maybe in Sanskrit is say Naga. And then we have ka and la and kiku and nga. Okay. Ka, lata, la, kiku, ling, nga, ling. And then ka, lingka, lingka. Okay. Lingka is like park. And then we have pa and la and naro. Okay. Pa, lata, la, naro, lo. And then we have ra and kigu and suffix ka. Ra, kigu, ri, ka, rik. Lorik. Lorik. Okay. And then we have.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what is the meaning of this, Cynthia?
It means logic.
Yeah, logic. And then we have sa and the lata, and then this becomes ta, right? Exception one. Okay. Sa, lata, ta. And then we have ta, ta, naro, ton, na, turn, turn, da, turn, da, turn. Okay. So this is just a name. Some Tibetans name comes like da, turn. Okay. And then we have here same. Sa, lata, ta, syapju, tu, ma, tum, pa, naro, po, dumbo, dumbo. Okay. Dumbo means something round. These two are same here. Okay. Sa, lata, ta, syapju, tum, ma, tum. Sa, lata, ta, syapju, tum, ma, tum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum and the dumbo is same meaning. Something is round. Okay.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let
let
me read them one time just without spell out, please.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me read from the beginning from here. Okay. Without spell out. Okay. La. 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 Da. Da. Okay. Then we hear lo. Lo. Lama. Lama. Lungda. lungda, lungda, lopma, lopma, lu, lu, linka, linka, lorik, lorik, daten, daten, dumbo, dumbo, dum-dum, dum-dum. Yeah, I think the latter is this much. It's not very difficult. Just you see here, this da is something exception.
Mhm, mhm. I think so too. So thank you all very much. We are going to continue in a different video with the last 2 subscribed letters, but that'll be it for the yata and the lata. So study well, and thank you so much, Genla.
Thank you. Kuche.